Oh, whoop, hold on. There we go. All right, everyone. Welcome to Skeptalk Live episode number 50. That's 50. Everybody should be online at this point. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Atrenu, welcome. Angry Cicada, welcome. I'm your host, Udo. Joining me tonight is Shayna and Jason. I'm flipped now. There we go. Shayna and Jason. Welcome back to the show, guys. And for his first appearance on Twitch ever is my good buddy, Mike. Second friend I ever made. Mike, Mike, how you doing?
Good. Glad to be here.
How old were you when you guys made friends?
It was.
I would have been 6 to your 5.
Yeah,
Aww,
exactly. So it was.
So cute.
My first day of, I want to say, kindergarten, getting on the school bus, and or actually, it wasn't my first day. It was my second day because I met my first friend the day before, and then I met him at school, and then we found out we lived near each other, so we went to the same bus stop, and then Mike was there with the first friend that I made. And we were friends since day 2 of my kindergarten. So, yeah. But yeah, Jason, how you been since last episode you were on?
Pretty good, man. Tired. It's been really crazy at school, but doing good.
I'm hearing that it seems like the spring term is where everybody's getting busted on super hard. So.
Yeah, well, spring break's only a fucking week. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's also the last. We're all graduating, so it's just all the brutal classes at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shayna, how's your week been?
Pretty good, actually. Been managing to pull off all the things I need to, which is good.
Twisted Top Hatter, welcome to the stream. Mike. How excited are you to be on the internet? I know that one thing for you for a long time has been you've always talked about wanting to be on a talk show or on a radio show. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. Episode 50 of the best talk show on Twitch.
Pretty excited.
Auto welcome to the stream. All right, so we've got a pretty cool show planned for today. So let's get into that. Are you guys ready?
Fucking do it.
Awesome.
Roll them.
Hell yeah.
Set up.
I'm just gonna say that looks really good in the new layout. Like
it does, dude. It looks so good.
Good sauce.
And as everybody should remember, this is a fair use talk show and podcast. What we are doing here is criticism, parody, news reporting, and commentary, especially commentary. So as always, if you want to support the show, you could subscribe, you could donate, you could add bits, but you could also just hit this little button right here, and that will share what you're doing right now with all of your followers on Twitch, or not Twitch, but Twitter. Possibly some people might be interested in seeing what's going on. Talk show announcements we've got today. We're still definitely going to be doing the Demolition Zone.
Nice.
So it looks like I've got.
When?
What I'm thinking is I called them. They're available on Sundays, so we put together a Sunday, right? Shouldn't be any school involved in there. Everybody available for that?
Yeah.
Atrenu, 500 biddies. Thank you very much. And Mike, in case you didn't know, when you hear that sound, it's time to get down.
Oh my god, I just seen the dance.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like my elements are below all the capture frames. So let's So Shane, it looks
I'm
like
getting a lot of feedback from you too.
Are you? Am I?
Yeah, it sounds like you're in a hall.
Is there a lot of that on?
Highway.
Is there a lot of that on the stream?
No, it's only when you talk.
Well, I mean, as in on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what do you guys know? What do you guys think, streamers?
Yeah, everybody in the chat, do I sound really all messed up? Okay, really, I sound fine in the stream. So
that's good.
Sorry, guys on Discord. Apparently, I sound like shit.
Yeah,
but
I'll deal with it.
Sound fine to me.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, well, that's the important part.
Sounds just fine.
For everyone who's watching, we've added a new thing to the stream. Some of you saw it last time, and maybe somebody who hasn't seen it, or somebody else who's just joining hasn't seen it before, but the stream now has a stream currency that you earn just by watching. If, every minute that passes, you will earn 1 Illumi, and then you can spend your Illumi on ridiculous stuff in the lower right-hand corner of the stream. So if you click down there, you'll see a little button. It's the Skeptalk eye there. Oh, just like that with the applause. Thank you. Thank you very much, Twisty Top Hatter, for that applause.
I love the applause.
Oh, I think. Was it Twisty? Maybe it's not showing.
How do you find out?
There are a bunch of applauses going on.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
It's supposed to just tell me right now, but it's not doing that. So
secret applause.
yeah, hold on. I'll find it. Stupid program.
It was Bigfoot.
Exactly. Twitch extensions, overlays, and loyalties. Then I click on redemptions. There we go. Angry Cicada and Twisty Top Hatter have both given us the applause. So you can do things like play an applause. You can get a Twitter follow from me. You can get a follow from me on Twitch if you're another streamer and you're interested. But yeah, also if you see a little fake news running around on your screen, click that sucker and it'll give you some extra Illumis. I also love the fact that I call them Illumis. It's just adorable to me. So, all right, our first story for today is called "The Gods Must Be Crazy."
Well, duh.
I got this one, and I was very excited
Amazing.
that Shayna was going to be on today. Elon Musk has juggled multiple projects between SpaceX, Tesla, and the Boring Company. Now, he's set his sights on a new endeavor. Here's his latest tweet.
Oh, no.
He says,
I'm excited.
By the way, I'm building a cyborg dragon.
Amazing.
Hey, oh, by the way, guys, I'm doing a thing.
Exactly. Thoughts, Shayna?
I really hope it's true and somebody didn't just like hack into his account to fuck with people, because that's pretty spectacular.
Yep.
Well,
Please.
I mean, and before he can make a cyborg dragon, we need a dragon.
That was something I was thinking of. Maybe he already has a dragon. But
Yeah.
the creation of a cyborg dragon sounds largely like fiction, especially with the casual announcement via Twitter. However, Musk has used this method before, if you guys recall, with the flamethrowers. Everyone thought that was largely going to be a prank or possibly something, just something for media attention. But that led to millions of dollars in flamethrower sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being that flamethrowers are real and are tools.
Are
Right.
they on Amazon?
You could buy them from the Boring Company directly, and you were able for $600 to buy a flamethrower from the Boring Company.
All right.
Yep.
New Christmas list.
Aren't they all sold out?
They might be. I don't know if they're ever going to do another run, but they sold out within what was that, like a day? Less than a day, just hours.
It was hours.
Yeah.
It's flamethrower sales are now complete.
Yeah.
So they're on eBay for $10,000 a pop now, is what you're
Or
saying.
more.
Andrew Day,
yeah.
thank you very
probably.
much for that subscription. 5 months in a row, supporting the Illuminati.
Fuck yeah.
Bring it.
But anyway, so cyborg dragons may apparently be a thing.
Exactly, yeah.
A train who says the cyborg dragon doesn't take over the world. Enet points out that it was a weed burner and an airsoft frame, and specifically, we were able to pinpoint what frame it was too. I think Enet was the one that posted that, and he was like, "This is the frame. It's this exact airsoft gun."
Right.
But anyway, that sold for $600. So I mean, I suppose he did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
Elon Musk strikes again.
Exactly. Bearded dragon with an Alexa zip tied to it. That's be pretty funny.
Amazing.
Come back, Alexa. Come back.
All right. This is the single most aggravating quote I've ever had to read on this show. So let you guys know, you guys might be a little aggravated too, but there's plenty of good news later in the show. So,
I'm sorry, it's terrible, but I have to laugh because the image you picked is just.
So we are aware of an increase in anti-vaccination pet owners in the U.S. who have voiced concerns about vaccinations giving their dogs autism-like behavior. But there is currently
What?
yeah.
Is
But
that a
there,
thing?
yeah,
What?
No!
It's dogtism.
exactly. But there is
God damn it!
Angus Cicada, thank you very much again for that applause. But there is currently no scientific evidence to suggest autism in dogs or a link between vaccination and autism.
Yeah.
So that is a quote that is being given right now by so that was given by, apparently I managed to overwrite the doctors, but Senior Vice President Gundren Revetes of I can't remember the name of the place, but there are people who are totally against morons. But he says all medicines have potential side effects, but the case of vaccines are rare, and in the case of vaccines, they are rare, and the benefits of vaccination protect against disease far outweighing the potential for adverse reactions. Senior Vice President Gundren Revetes added, "Vaccinations save our lives and are an important tool to keeping pets healthy." So yeah, there is a growing group of anti-dog vaxxers.
God,
Like PETA?
I fucking love it. Though.
I'm not sure. I like I was about to say I can't wait to meet one of these people, and I'm like, actually, I don't know if that's gonna go over very well.
Yeah.
They're gonna not like me really fast.
Yeah.
Especially when you
vax their dog right in front of them.
Yeah. Part of the things that they vaccinate dogs for are things like distemper or parvovirus, and those things don't do yourself a favor if you want to sleep and you have a dog. Don't look those up. Just go get the vaccine. Those are the worst things you could ever imagine. Like human diseases are nothing in comparison to like distemper. Distemper is insane.
Yeah, or rabies, exactly.
Right, or rabies.
Which can transfer to humans.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're gonna go from that angle,
we may be on the course to zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't vax your pets. You're gonna get zombies.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
This message, when it was broadcasted, because there was a public announcement, right? The message was criticized by some users on social media saying, please do not give airtime to this unscientific and dangerous mentality. If a person sees this segment and decides not to vaccinate their pet or child, that's on you. It's not a case where both sides should be heard. It's actually factually wrong and harmful. So yeah, I mean, while at this point, I'm gonna say, to cover us, if you don't vaccinate your dog, you are an idiot.
And I hope that your dog doesn't ever leave the house.
Exactly. For the dog.
Otherwise, like, there could be some interesting lawsuits come up from that.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like the gestation period for things in animals can happen a lot faster.
You don't want to be spreading dogtisms around.
Exactly.
Dogtisms.
Just keep it in a well and lower the lotion. So everything will be fine.
Exactly.
Well, what's happening here?
So this next story is called "A Fair and Balanced Election." So UC Berkeley just recently had its student senate elections come up.
Okay.
And there was over 36 different candidates, and one of them was hitting some social media pretty hard. People were thinking it was pretty funny. There is his name was Furry Boy, and he campaigned in a squirrel suit and attracted immediate attention. Right?
Yeah.
On his social media,
He's a squirrel suit.
Exactly. On his social media, posted, "Oh my God, I love him. He's so cute." A UC Berkeley student wrote, and then someone else wrote, "Finally a candidate I can get behind." But that's when the character, right? But then when the character that the sophomore Stephen Boyle had created as a joke won the election, everybody has turned their ideas. Everyone is very mad.
It's nuts.
Exactly. A student newspaper published an editorial calling Furry Boy's election a travesty and a shocking display of privilege to vote for a squirrel over candidates who have actual plans to help students who need it. Gamer News Party, welcome to the stream.
Right now,
Yeah.
Y'all are at Berkeley. That's not privilege.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure they were giving like privilege membership card.
Yeah.
Darnus TV asks, why can I watch in low res but not other times? I don't know. I have no clue. That would be something we would have to Google. Instead of electing qualified students who had real tangible ideas, many of you, 538 strong, thought it might be a funny joke to have a man dressed up in a squirrel costume with no real platforms represent you at the administrative table. 37 other students were running for the Senate seats.
Wow, 38.
Yeah. Rigel Robinson.
So basically, this was just a reenactment of the Trump election.
I'd rather have a squirrel.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hell
very
yeah.
possible.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want a furry
Grizzly, welcome to the
I'll
stream.
take it.
winning just
I'll take
because they're a
almost
furry and becoming
anything.
president.
Erdarius, welcome to the stream. I didn't say that yet earlier. Was that Cicada again? Let me see. Loyalty. Oh, no. Zali Ketaz. Wait, nope, that's not it. Redemptions, come on. Enet down, welcome. Thank you very much for that applause. Gosh, the Streamlabs is so slow sometimes. So even newspapers that were covering this, this stunt positively, saying, "Oh, this is pretty funny," have completely shifted because of the fact that he got voted in. But the cool part is, there's nothing any of them can do about it. He won fair and square, and he has now published his policy, where he starts talking about how,
thank God.
Yeah, where he starts talking about people are my passion. This guy's 19. He grew up in Stockton and is majoring in electrical engineering and computer sciences.
Wow.
Yeah, he says he has a lot of ideas to make big changes. And he'd like to get rid of boring activities like cringeworthy icebreakers during student tours and orientations,
Nice.
which he said are the worst part of the UC system. And he wants to move for better social ties among Berkeley's fractious student communities to bring back late night dining hours so students can bond over food. So he's got some ideas, and he's not a total piece of shit. So this guy's, I'm down for Squirrel. Furry Boy is the best.
And the fact that anybody is surprised that he won is astonishing to me.
Right?
It's a bunch of fucking teenagers.
I'm surprised he didn't try to fucking reverse some laws that made it so on campus most universities have a rule that you can't climb trees and shit. I figured he'd go after that one first as a squirrel. That would have been my target.
Squirrel feeder on every tree.
Yeah, no longer will my people be persecuted.
Right. He said that he originally started the stunt because he was tired of seeing absolutely boring political ads from the other candidates, and they had some it was such a standard school election thing. He was like, this is sickening and I hate it.
Yeah.
So he spiced it up with some Furry Boy.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Our next story is called A Hell of a Drug. So if you
have I seen this guy downtown?
Yeah, probably. He looks like every guy downtown. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he does.
All right, Jason, if you had to guess just real quickly, what would you think is in those two little white bags?
Sex drugs.
All right.
Yeah, I know. We're just gonna use that for everything. Sex drugs.
Powder Viagra.
Yeah, Mike, what would you say is in
It's
those
a
bags?
blanket. We're talking about.
Looks like flour to me.
Right. Turns out it's
Like-
people.
Soylent Green?
Wait, what?
That's what I was thinking.
This is Kevin
Soylent.
Raymond. Yeah, this is Kevin Raymond Curtis of Augusta, who held up an evidence bag on Tuesday containing two small clear plastic bags of white sandy material. Police had suspected that the grainy substance was heroin. Turns out it was the man's father. The 48.
Okay.
Yep, the 48
I
grams
gotta
of
take a
heroin.
hit. I need to hit a daddy right now.
Turns out the 48 grams of suspected heroin seized after a car crash Saturday morning in Manchester proved to be the human remains, specifically the cremated remains of his father, who died 5 years ago in Brookville, Florida.
Why did he put his dad in little baggies?
Right?
They get
So
to
he's
it.
always with them.
Exactly. They
Never
get to
go
it.
home without it.
They get to it pretty quick.
I think it'd be cooler to make a diamond out of him.
So
Do that, you know.
yeah, exactly. This was the first time that his father had ever been in lockup, and he had said. In fact,
Actually, his dad just got arrested.
yep. It
Took
took
fingerprinting him.
Damn it.
it took 48 hours for him to have the cremated remains returned to him from the sheriff's office after a field test showed the subject was negative for heroin. He was returning from a trip to his sisters, who gave him some of his father out of the urn that they were keeping so that he could go get an urn of his own.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay,
there was
so
a
then
reason
all
for
they had
it.
were little
There's a
coke
reason.
bags.
Okay.
Yeah. But for some reason,
What?
they had little drug bags ready for him. But
Yeah, that's all they had, dude.
I mean, you gotta put it in something.
his dad was such a party animal, he was busted for being drugs. Grizzly says at least he had a good sense of humor about it. Right, exactly. This guy's smiling for what teeth he has left, you know. All right. So trigger warning, this next story is insensitive.
Oh no.
So
Nice.
imagine this. You've been training all your life to overcome some sort of disability or hardship. So you go, you compete, this is your time to shine, and you do too well. So a Special Olympics swimmer has been disqualified for swimming too fast and is now led to a rule change. I mean, it's very possible.
Was this like a few months ago or something? I swear this has happened before.
It's very possible this happened before, but this story was new today. So
Okay.
yeah.
Jesus.
Shayna, you were saying?
Oh, I was just. I don't know. I made a comment. I wasn't going to
Okay.
say anything.
No
I was
problem.
just
I thought, yeah.
making a sound like, what the fuck sound.
So
Joshua.
is this the problem where there can be no Prefontaine of handicapped people?
Oh, I totally know about it, Grizzly, but
Prefontaine,
the situation
you're no
between.
longer handicapped.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Well, no, so that's not the case on this one. It was that
Oh, okay.
they had. Okay, so Grizzly, I totally know about that. But it's the story in between the beginning and the end that is the fucked up part. So
I have a question.
go ahead.
Do you know how fast that person swam versus the fastest or slowest, like the swimmers in the actual Olympics?
Yeah, it's covered in here.
Okay.
So Joshua Coy, 20, looked defeated on Sunday moments after he got the news from the regional competition. He said, I was apparently disqualified for being too fast. He lives in Renton and said that this time he was more than 15% of an improvement from his last record swim. But that was the red flag for maximum effort rule, is something that they have apparently. It's something special Olympics Washington introduced to place athletes in competition divisions that they are challenging athletes of similar abilities. It came as a surprise to Joshua's mom. She said, "We've done swimming regionals for many years, and this is the first time that they had a rule for swimming too fast." Joshua's attributes his strong swim in part to the fact that the pool was cold, so it helped him move a bit faster because he's like, Jesus, this is cold, right? He said,
they shrivel.
Exactly. I tried to push harder, and apparently he was not the only one. He heard from the person that was in front of him that they also got disqualified, and that it happened to one swimmer after another. And that tons of people were crying, and there was tons of tears everywhere. So there's a bunch of people who just competed, like, to try and qualify for some stuff. And each time they get out of the pool, right, they get told, "Well, you're too fast. Get screwed," right?
Wait, what? You don't fit in either category?
Right, exactly.
Basically, that's fun.
Yeah.
In a statement, the Special Olympics Washington said, after statistical analysis of the data collected from recent regional tournaments, we are reassessing the rule and changing the violation threshold to 30% so that only those with the most serious variances will be disqualified. Joshua's time falls below the 30% thresholds, which means his disqualification will be overturned. For the sake of transparency, we do want to mention that. Oh, okay. This is something else. I don't need to actually mention that. You can read it if you read the article. But the whole deal was that he because he did too well from the last time. Chadistia, so we're drag racing now, target times, right?
It is bullshit. I agree.
And Enad says, "Get bad, kids," right? It's because he improved by more than 15% over his last time. He did too well.
Is his time a competitive time for the normal Olympics?
No.
Then there should be no reason he was disqualified. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
He should be awarded the same as the Olympians. By the way, that happens in the Olympics. You get somebody that is just like from one of the better countries that soars ahead of everybody else. Are we going to take their awards away because that's the same exact qualifications here?
I'm sorry, Michael Phelps. You're too fast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I mean, I could totally see
smoking weed.
I could totally see that if you in something like the Special Olympics, you could do some this is this amount of time bracket, and then this bracket, and then this bracket, which would be perfectly fine. But because I mean, you could have somebody who was Chadis says Usain Bolt, we're gonna need those medals back.
You're too fast. You're too good. You're better than everybody else. So
right. Okay.
Sounds a lot like communism.
So he got reinstated, but the fact that at this trial there was just a whole bunch of competitors who got rewarded with "you're too good, get fucked." It's just not good. GG Special Olympics Washington, right? This is a good thing. You should be rewarded and nice job, good effort, not made to cry because that makes me mad. I mean,
This isn't just communism, it's communism and it's also fucking medals for third place gone out of hand, right?
No medals for everybody gone out of hand.
You need to go into a whole nother section, right? Oh wait, we don't have a section for you. So
gold medal.
Yeah. No, they don't even give him a gold medal. That's fucking bullshit.
Thank you very much for the thumbs up, Meat Boy Chatta, on the new overlay. I definitely, I'm very proud of it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was one of my favorite things growing up, and so I modeled this after that because I love it.
So
all right.
Before we go into this next story, I got this guy looks like Black Jason.
What?
It's getting weird.
Jason, you need an eye patch.
And more hair on the side of your head. Sorry.
I can do this. Is this gonna be offensive if I get an eye patch?
I don't think so.
Be offended if I get an eye patch?
No, just saying you look like a person on this picture is not an offensive thing, right? I mean,
okay, I'll be right back. I don't want to be making fun of a dude with one eye. He could be a pirate.
Oh, don't worry. This guy did some messed up stuff, so you're not making fun of a guy who is like an upstanding member of society.
It's just your doppelganger.
All right. So while he's going away getting an eye patch, so a Wichita Falls man has told police. This Wichita Falls man told police that he thought that they were a snake before he bit them on the hand.
What?
He thought they were a snake, so he bit them.
Yeah, he thought that the police were a snake, so he bit them.
All right.
That's fair. Okay, so I don't have an eye patch, but I have like a sleepy mask.
Okay.
That'll work.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
All right, put it on, man.
Do it.
I'm gonna have new glasses soon. I'm super excited.
Gamer
It's
News
gonna change
Party
my
says
look.
snakes taste good to be fair.
How's this working? It's just like an eye patch.
Well, flip it up. Yeah, diagonal that shit.
It's basically the same person.
Oh, I could totally be a Somali pirate right now.
All right. So police believe that David Young III, 45, was under the influence of narcotics when they say he committed the cold-blooded crime. Young was arrested last week on 2 counts of assault on a public servant, according to an arrest warrant affidavit obtained by the newspaper. Police were called to the home around 9 a.m. on February 27th after the report of an assault. They entered the home, seeing blood spatter around the residence, and Young came across Young coming out of a bathroom, yelling and swinging his arms in the air. He seemed to be hallucinating and insisted that he saw that the police were a snake, and so he bit them. He just comes out of the bathroom. A snake!
There's sex
Bite.
drugs involved.
They did say that they believed he was under narcotics. So I mean,
Yeah.
if he crosses those with Cheetos, all of a sudden it's sex drugs. So
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly what I was thinking.
So
I can't blame him for being tired of all those motherfucking snakes.
exactly.
This would make more sense if it was pigs. If he thought it was a, I don't know.
Apparently, Anu Day likes the way that I keep saying something. What am I saying? I say stuff all the time.
It's true.
All right. So our next story is an interaction news story. And what that means is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a primer. Jason and
the
Shayna.
snake thing. Anu Day said it's the snake thing.
Exactly. And so we bit him. We bit him.
Oh yeah.
And then he beat him.
So I'm going to give you a primer. This is for everybody who's just joining. I know Jason and Shane already know this. I'm going to give you a primer. Then you're going to pick from 6 options of what this next story could be about. If you've seen a lot of our shows before, this one's going to get easier. Also, it's going to make Jason and Shayna go, damn it. All right. So our next story is a installment of a long line of classic what the fuck stories. Is it a shower break-in? Is it a sword battle? Is it an equine adventure? Is it a sex drug scandal? Is it poop? Or is it a snake in the toilet? The picture is related.
I got distracted by my cat.
Oh, okay. So is it a shower break-in, a sword battle, an equine adventure, a sex drug scandal, poop, or a snake in the toilet? The picture is related.
I'm gonna say an equine adventure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too easy, and that's what it wants you to
You
think.
think? Maybe.
Janice,
It could be poop. It could be poop.
And I know poop is also really common. I'm going with a shower break-in.
all right.
Because
So
we've never gone an episode without one.
We've got a 1, a couple of 5s. Chatta says, oh, it's a 3. We got some 3s, we got some 2s, we got some 5s. Unfortunately,
5
it's
and
3.
6 could be the same story. Oh, he looks like a horse fucker.
Yeah, exactly. So a homeless.
Oh God. I saw this earlier. You should have known.
Exactly. A homeless-looking man in Oregon has confessed to sexually assaulting a horse after its owner found the animal tied up in an unusual way inside of its stable.
I can't wait till you zoom the picture out.
I don't have any other picture than this one.
Oh no! I'll get one.
Okay. Is it stream
Dude,
report
his
appropriate?
neck is like 4 feet long.
Oh wow.
God.
No.
So really, maybe he's going for his own kind.
Yeah.
Kenneth.
Like I look more like you than human, so.
Kenneth
Maybe,
Lygen.
maybe he's a post-op centaur.
Maybe. If you think about it, we're all half centaur.
It's true.
So Kenneth Lygen.
I like your laugh.
Take you a second there, Jason.
Yeah, I'm like, what's he talking about? I'm not a horse.
So Kenneth Elijah Dayuk, 20, is in Washington County Jail Thursday on suspicion of sexual assault of an animal in the second-degree burglary stemming from the incident last week in rural property in Hillsborough.
What the?
Yep. He broke into the stable and went after a black mare named Ellie, citing court records and police statements. The owner of the property later discovered a bucket that had been overturned in a call to the Washington County Sheriff's Office. They said that the animal was tied up in an unusual way. So the weird thing is that this guy called the horse owner before and identified himself as Dayuk and asked if he could camp on their property. Which, I mean, is probably going to be a no, right?
Right.
He was described as
with a name like Duck, the answer is always no.
Yeah,
All right. Click the link I just posted in chat. You have to see this fucking neck, dude. It's so insane.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like, no shit, he fucked a horse. Look at it.
Looks Photoshop.
It's a giraffe.
What the shit?
Wow. Gamer News Party, thank you very much. 1,000 biddies for the half centaur joke.
Right?
Nice.
All right. So, besides the fact that he called ahead to see if he could camp there, he said that he broke into the stables to look for work.
Okay.
To work that ass?
Apparently.
Right.
The affidavit also states that he believes he carried out the lewd act because he was off of his meds. That dude is more giraffe, right? Shadow TV, thank you very much for 4 months in a row. He wanted to camp his penis between that poor horse's butt. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Oh, very true.
Penis camping is disallowed everywhere. I'm sorry.
All right, in related news, another interaction news story. Now, you're going to have to think about how this is related. It's pretty close. All right. One Louisiana senator is trying to toughen anti-bestiality laws, but is getting pushback.
Who's he winking at?
I don't know. I just found this picture, and I was like, yes, this picture is great. This is the guy.
I'm sure he's winking at Ellie.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate moment to
Exactly.
Right? Like everything about it. It's just like, sorry, bud.
like when you pause the screen in the middle of somebody saying something expressively.
Right. So this guy's trying to toughen anti-bestiality laws. So he's trying to increase them and make them less available. But is he getting pushback because it's Louisiana? Duh.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is it because the law is fine? Is it because there are too many words in his proposal? Is it because it's sneaky? Is it because of butt stuff? Or is it because of an opposition party?
God damn it, 6.
Right.
All right. What do you think, Jason?
Fuck. It's Louisiana. It's probably the opposition party.
Yeah.
Data says 6. We got a 4.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go 6 or 4.
We all know
like
there's some
4.
pros.
You know, 1, 3, 6 kind of all go together.
Yep.
Right?
We've got 3, 4, 6. We've got maybe 3, some 3s. Gamer News Party says 6, please. Oh my fucking god. Willis Wonder says 3. Touchdown Pattern for 6. So, answer is 1 through 6. Batten, yeah.
You finally did it.
Yeah, I did.
I have been waiting.
Go!
A Louisiana senator's efforts to strengthen anti-bestiality laws is facing unexpected opposition from lawmakers. Oh. Enet down. Thank you very much for that applause. Unexpected opposition from lawmakers who see it as an underhanded move to strike at the state's unconstitutional ban on sodomy.
It's funny that that's when my clap did right after you said
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really? I was
She's
sure
all-
you were about.
She's all woo sodomy.
30 seconds ago. I wish it could be more immediate.
Oh, Enet Down has redeemed a question a little bit ago, and apparently I didn't see it. He asks giving or taking. When you're giving or taking what, Enet? Apparently the alert for this is totally not working. Okay, so the proposal to create a new wide-ranging law against bestiality would untangle the crime from the ban on sodomy in Louisiana's crime against nature statute. And that's causing some lawmakers to label the measure as a sly chess move meant to get rid of the anti-sodomy law. Senator J.P. Morrell, this guy here, is pushing back, arguing that the state's 4-word bestiality law is inadequate and needs to include things like mental evaluations and penalties for trafficking animals for sex. Advocates in Morrell's proposals say that in the past 3 years, 6 states have updated their laws against bestiality.
So, are those 4 words "don't fuck to animals"?
Yeah,
That's
something
what
like
I was
that.
gonna ask.
Yeah, I believe it.
You see what Enid asked?
It says that horse
He wanted to
fucker.
know. Yeah.
He was
giving or receiving.
he was giving. He was up on top of a bucket.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
Gamer News Party, it's the Illumies.
Yep. So in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you can click on the Skeptalk icon when you hover over the stream, and it should show you how many Illumies you have, and you can click redeem, and in there's stuff to do there. Atrenu says, "What's wrong with sodomy? What do animals have to do with sodomy?" And what the deal is there is
The deal is Louisiana.
they're tied together, right? Oh, apparently you have stream element points. I didn't know I had stream element points. Neat. Something I applied and never looked into. There's nothing you could do with that, as far as I know. It's just the little button on the screen is something you could do with. But yeah. Opponents say that the current law in Louisiana is fine. So every one of those things that I said was true.
Nice.
All right, so our next story is hardcore mode. You guys know what video game this is?
Is that Paperboy?
It totally
I
is
was gonna say.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that game, dude.
Yeah. So,
I never got it.
well, you don't need to have played it, just know about Paperboys, right? An Anchorage man repeatedly stabbed earlier Tuesday as he was delivering copies of Alaska's largest newspaper continued his route, according to police, leaving investigators scrambling to learn more about what happened. Word of
Follow the blood.
yeah, exactly. That's how it worked out. Word
Jesus.
of suspicious circumstances first reached police at about 7 a.m. Officers were able to speak with the carrier later. The victim stated that he was assaulted by 3 men in the area of 4th Avenue, but he continued on his bike to deliver newspapers. After he was finished, he returned home. The assault was noticed by residents of an apartment building who reported that they had found a bloodied newspaper and a blood trail on Tuesday morning, according to police. A woman posted, or the woman who posted on the Anchorage Scanner Joe Facebook page said residents had found bloodied copies of Tuesday's ADN and a trail of blood from their front doors. An officer later told the poster that the carrier had suffered a concussion, so he, instead of reporting, continued to deliver the newspaper.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The only reason that we knew there was a crime was the blood. They got a hold of surveillance video from the apartment complex and determined that with the newspaper delivery person at about 3:30 in the morning, and he had blood all over him. 5 hours later, they arrived at his residence, and they could clearly see that he was injured. He couldn't state how he was assaulted or why he didn't call 911, at which he never did end up calling 911. And the medics took the man, who initially thought to have been attacked by a dog, and they treated him for his wounds.
Shit.
They determined that they were stab wounds when he got to the hospital, and it wasn't clear if anything had been stolen from him during the stabbing or whether or not any motive was involved.
I need that paper, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Just think about the wet thud of a bloody newspaper on your door.
Well, now I am.
Yeah, exactly. Flap, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. I can't say there would have ever been a reason to think about that before.
Welcome to Skeptalk.
Exactly. All right.
Right? That should be like our.
We're going to watch a little video here, and I want you guys to see if you can find the perpetrator.
Gee, no, I don't know.
What? What the hell?
You'll see. Here it comes.
Is it an animal?
You'll see.
What? There it is.
It's a dog? I can't.
I can see it. There it is. Yeah. What?
It's just
Holy
like.
shit, that's amazing.
It's like he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, he gets into view here in a second. Let me see if I can.
It just straight steps on the pedal. What?
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
Fuck, let that shit on, dude.
But yeah. Straight doggo.
Nobody's
That's
even looking.
amazing.
That's fucking dope.
I love this picture.
Exactly. Security cameras at a Chinese phone shop were rolling when a dog took control of a three-wheeler cab and crashed through the wall of a business. The footage, filmed Sunday at a store in Taizhou City, Jiangsu province, shows that customers and workers quickly darting out of the way as a three-wheeler taxicab crashed through the wall and through store displays. The vehicle initially appears to be driverless, but witnesses then soon discovered that the cab was occupied by a dog. The cab driver said he had left his dog alone in the vehicle with the engine running, and the canine apparently knocked the cab out of park, sending it crashing through the store.
That's
Was he
amazing.
mad the windows were up?
Exactly.
That's funny.
Uh,
Retribution.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Chad
I
noticed
love
it was a
that
dog.
story.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever that dog did, he was probably still adorable.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
I know
All right.
a human would have done that and be like, what the fuck? A dog does it. It's like, oh, cute.
All right. Our next story is called
Okay.
Family Friendly Entertainment. The
I'm
families.
terrified.
Exactly. Gamer News Party says Air
I
Blood
don't
escapes
trust
the
that
festival in
rabbit.
China. So
Don't trust
Nice.
it one bit.
the families who turned out for the April 25th screening of Sony's new Peter Rabbit at an event in cinemas in Inaloo, Western Australia, got a terrifying surprise when the trailer for A24's R-rated horror movie Hereditary played before the PG family movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like a troll.
Somebody put straight the wrong trailer on this film. Like,
That's awesome.
That's
the Hereditary preview was
kids.
yeah, the Hereditary preview was accidentally shown to family audiences and created a small panic in
wish
the
I could have
theater.
been in the theater for that.
Right?
Holy crap.
I want to see this movie, mommy.
It was dreadful. Very quickly, you could tell this was not a kid's film. An audience member named Jane told the newspaper. Parents were yelling at a projectionist to stop, covering their kids' eyes and ears. A few went out to get a staff member, but she was overwhelmed and didn't know what to do. Some parents fled the cinema with their kids in tow.
Wow. It couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
Do you have the trailer?
Not that I can show on Twitch, but I definitely suggest everyone go YouTube Hereditary trailer after the show. The cinema parent, their Event Cinema's parents company, Hospitality and Entertainment Limited, said the issue is being investigated to ensure situations like this do not occur again. Everyone in the theater was refunded their ticket.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy.
All right.
They could get
It's a
sued
fucking
for that
trailer,
one.
people. Jesus.
Exactly.
They could get sued.
So,
Like there's a
One of those kids.
they
is
put
gonna
those
grow-
labels on there for a reason.
Yeah, true.
exactly.
One of those kids will grow up and be a serial killer, and then it'll be traced back
Right.
where it all went wrong.
Gamer News Party says somebody got fired, and I'm damn sure of it. Damn sure of it.
Or they already were. They were gonna quit or something.
Yeah.
Officials from the city of Innsbruck in Australia have shut down the local ski lift. And can you guys, this is amazing. I love when stories like this come out because it shows how fucking vulnerable our new society is. Security researchers have found that the control panel to the ski lift was 100% wide open to the internet.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
What? No.
Yeah. Allowing anyone to take control of the ski lift's operational settings. So basically, they could be all like, it's time for Go Fast, right?
Ow!
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Things that should never be on Wi-Fi. Like, come on.
The control panel let users interact with the ski lift's settings. And the ski lift connects to the village of IGLS mountain resort of Patcherskofskull. Yeah, that's
The fuck is that?
the name of the village is so one of the village names is either IGLS or LGLS.
What up, Blaze?
And then the mountain resort is called Patcherskofskull. Yeah, Patcherskofskull.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
coffee.
Blaze Black Sheep says, let's play a game. Exactly.
Yeah.
The settings for controlling the ski lift's speed, the distance between the cable cars, and the cable tension were all exposed.
What?
Along with logs and other data. Yeah,
Shit.
exactly.
Wow.
Things could have been real bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Despite not having evidence of malicious use, they shut it down. So they found that it was open, and it could have been messed with, right?
No, okay. Nobody had actually oh, hey.
Yeah.
I will say it's probably hard to fucking hack into something literally on the top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere. Right? Like, you would have to specifically be looking for that. Like,
Right, and Gamer News Party says the tension, right? Yeah, that's the worst.
yeah.
Rook! Oh, shit! It says, how was the system not closed by default? Right? Exactly. If you could test that you could get to the internet from your fucking ski lift, you should definitely turn off your ski lift.
I'm gonna fucking check my Twitter.
We need to start teaching security in like grade school these days.
Right.
It's kind of disturbing how many people have positions where they need to know about these things and they don't. The stories I keep hearing, I work in research labs, and the stories I keep hearing about things just are horrifying.
Chada says this sounds like the backstory to a new Dwayne Johnson movie, which is 9 out of 10 would watch. Exactly.
Perfect 5 out of 7.
Jason, would you watch that Rock movie?
Oh yeah.
Ski Lift, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You know, at the end, it'll be him holding 2 ski lifts together while it's slowly.
All right, Shayna, you ready for our fireside chats? I've got some really good questions today.
I'm terrible at these, but yes.
All right.
So Shayna, what is happening now?
So we're doing our fireside chats. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of really hard questions directed at you as a guest.
Yep.
Oh dear.
And no pressure.
No
pressure. A
pressure.
lot of them, require me to pull things from my memory. That doesn't work so well.
You have one? I lost mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Is it better to put your socks or your pants on first, Shayna, and why?
It depends on the situation.
How political.
Like, if I'm in my tent and I'm already wearing usually I'm wearing socks, actually. I personally put pants on before socks.
All right. And why do you do that?
Better thing.
Because she's not a serial killer.
I don't know, because it just makes sense.
All right, Jason. So you're saying you put on pants before socks?
Absolutely.
Totally puts the pants on.
All right, Mike. What about you? Socks first or pants first?
I guess I'm a serial killer. Socks first.
Yep. Why?
Because I don't like. If you put your pants on, you have to roll up the legs. Put your socks on.
Exactly.
What?
Precisely.
I don't have this problem.
I don't know.
I put my socks on first.
What you speak. Well, okay. How's this? If I'm wearing long socks and pants, the socks go on first, or long socks and a skirt.
Okay.
It's like similarly with like leggings or whatever underneath. But
Chada says,
if I'm just like putting pants on to go to school, the socks go on before I put my shoes on.
The FBI.
Yeah, exactly. Chada says to everybody who puts their socks on first that the FBI has now been alerted. So.
Oh shit!
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right. And then it looks like Twisty says pants for first. Cicada says socks first. Andrew says socks first. Game News Party says pants so they don't catch on the socks, you animal.
Trey and you like being naked in their socks.
Excellent.
You're one of those.
That's fair. I don't even wear pants half the time, so.
Chad says, let's talk about how toes stick to underwear when they're still wet from bathing. I totally understand. When you're trying to put some boxers on and no matter how much you've used a towel, right? They still just they just stick to your underwear. Barf bag, thank you very much for the compliment. Welcome to the stream.
I feel like these are boy problems.
Yeah. All right.
I actually don't have that problem. I wonder if it's the material your boxers are made out of.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I feel like I used to have that problem. With
are you wearing only wearing silk?
No, I fucking wish. That would be a first world problem. Yes, well, my silk boxers stick to my wet feet. So.
Less than first world problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like my cotton boxer briefs. I'm a boxer brief guy.
Yeah, I think mine are like nylon. Like they're fucking mixed, right?
Right.
They're a capitalist, globalist fucking tragedy. The ground beef of underwear, basically.
All right. So
I have the answer for this.
right, Jason, would you rather have a time machine that lets you skip forward 1 minute at a time, or a time machine that lets you skip backwards 1 minute at a time?
Absolutely. Wait, I can never go back if I go forward?
Yep.
Backwards.
Okay. So you wouldn't want
Absolutely.
You wouldn't want a machine that makes waiting easier?
No, I think I'd stick with waiting to correct stupid shit.
That sounds about right.
Hell yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Wait, Mike, what'd you say?
Backwards,
Gotcha.
definitely.
And then
Yeah.
Shayna, I'm assuming you're saying back as well?
I am saying backwards, and this is why. This would provide me the ability to do all the things that I'm too terrified to do because I have social anxiety. And I can see what the reactions are, and if I don't like the reaction, I go back in time.
Right? Just find the perfect thing to say.
This was a mistake.
But like, it would give me the confidence to try because
Yeah.
I would know that I could just,
Oh,
go
man.
back.
Yeah.
Today in
great.
class, we were dealing with this, like, it wasn't a crazy complicated, like, math problem, but
Sorry.
I very confidently said the wrong answer.
Oh, see? Yeah. I hate that. I've done that
So,
before.
like, yeah, I'll answer this one.
Chad says, think about all the times that you trusted a fart in your lifetime.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've become a gambling man. Gambling man. Y'all, oh, whoops. Gamer asks if we can go 1 minute, then another, and will it stack? No, so these are supposed to be, you can go forward 1 minute as many times as you want, or back 1 minute, and then you have to wait till the minute again. You can do that minute over and over and over again, but never farther back than a minute.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. Okay. This next question is very divisive, kind of like last time. We had asked Horde or Alliance. Now, there's only one correct answer to this, and you can fail it.
First choice.
Oh.
Mike.
Oh, that's
Oh.
oh my god. I know. I do though. I have to.
Come on.
Mine might be controversial.
Oh, my heart.
You know this one's easy.
DC.
Oh! Yeah!
I knew it was gonna be controversial.
Oh. Oh, God, my soul hurts.
I can tell you why. It's not because I don't know about either. My favorite, my very first favorite was Batman. But then now it's the Flash. I like the multiverse. I like what they did with the fact that they could tell you use the same superhero basically ad nauseum because they had infinite universes, which they have squashed down.
Right.
But I love the multiverse. And the Flash and the Speed Force, just compelling as fuck to me. And Marvel doesn't have, they've better movies maybe, but not as good TV shows maybe.
Well, I
don't
suppose if you're not paying attention to the comic books, then yes.
I know, that's what I'm saying, like,
I was talking about the comic books with DC because I've read more DC than Marvel, and to be honest, because I think DC's better with the sort of superhero that's a gray area. They're not like the superhero that does good and they have a few characters like that, but there's more dark superheroes in the DC world.
No way. The darkness of DC is fucking, it's so cartoony. Are you kidding me? Marvel's dark stuff is way darker.
Now are we talking about the comics or TV and movies?
The comics.
Oh, comic. If you just go Carnage, I think there's one comic that I read, and Carnage just massacres like 1,000 people.
I'm not talking about like death, and I'm talking about like the super. I don't know. I'm saying this because I'm
Dark Horse.
No.
I'm talking like the.
No question, guys.
But if like Shayna, if you wanted to experience, a super dark set of stories, there is the entire set of series where they start talking about how Ant-Man's problems, and for those of you who know what's wrong with Henry Pym, that's where they start getting into the adult dark problems with spousal abuse. things like that. So, I mean, the dark stuff in Marvel gets real dark.
I don't mean
Wow.
dark like that, though. I mean like flirting the line with what is good and bad.
Punisher.
It's just like this hero arc.
No, I gotcha. And when I said that there's only one right answer, I'm just being ridiculous. But it looks like
But it is Marvel.
we've got a lot of people who are breaking the rules. There's no dark horse in Marvel or DC.
Very true.
A lot of people are all over, but I just thought at that point we get to see how everybody's doing here. We got an applause coming from, is that you again, Pants? No? Wait.
That wasn't me, no.
We just finally got, apparently my redemptions are going very slow. Twisty Top Hatter, thank you very much for the applause.
I feel like this whole question was targeted at Shayna.
No, it wasn't at all. It was actually targeted kind of at...
Because I'm the only one that had the controversial...
No.
Right.
Mike,
But one of us has to.
it was pointed at Mike.
Targeted at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you fuck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mike and I have
So-
argued about this for a long time.
Mike might not like me very much anymore. I don't know.
No.
Mike, are you
He's,
a DC fan or what's up?
I am, yeah. But if I have to choose, I have to say Marvel because Captain America.
Yep.
That would be a reason I picked DC. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Cap's
saying.
comics are amazing. If you don't like the movies
old
with
ones?
Captain America, the old ones are fantastic. He punches Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, so
That
what?
doesn't- That
It doesn't do it for me. I need more than that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
He's too good.
That's
That's
a good
right.
gimmick.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it's a comic book.
Right.
Yeah, I'm shut up on that one because that's a comic book. Sorry, but what do you mean? There's gimmicks in these?
All right, Shayna, what's your biggest kitchen fail?
Biggest kitchen fail. I'm gonna say dropping when I moved into the place I'm living right now. It has tile floors, and I dropped, I forget what glass thing that shattered. It didn't break into
Yeah.
pieces. It was glass dust. And
Oh,
it's like
dang.
the tiles got grout. I almost had I did have a panic attack, but I didn't know what to do. I was posting on Facebook like, I'm gonna have glass embedded in forever. What do I do? I used like flour and something else and fixed it, but it was like one of the biggest headaches I've ever had to deal with in the kitchen. It went everywhere.
Before it gets to my turn, Anger Cicada, do you think it's beef stew? I think it might be beef stew. But Jason, what's your biggest kitchen fail?
I think my biggest kitchen fail is right when I was starting to learn how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to cook a bunch of steaks for these bikers, but I'd only had a day of training. And they come in, and it's their buddy had died in a fucking bike wreck the year before, and so it was, they're shit faced, and they're in there to get rowdy. And I go to fucking cook these steaks, and all of the steaks are frozen.
Oh wow.
I'm just like, nobody pulled them, you know what I mean? So, and I cook this food, I fuck it up horribly. Like, I sent one baked potato out, and I was just like, I think that's done. I'm not sure if it was. I didn't check it. I should have checked it. I'm fucking young. Yeah, this is stupid, right? Really dumb mistake. Anyway, it wasn't cooked. And I'm sitting there washing dishes just thinking, like, fuck, was that thing done? Like, I don't know. Like, and all I see in front of me while I'm washing these dishes is, like, everything gets dark. And I'm like, okay, that's a big fucking shadow. And this guy just slams and smashes this raw potato fucking flat in front of me. And he's like, that's fucked up, brother. And he just walks out. And I was like, oh, God, I got to go out there and apologize to him. And I'm going to get stabbed. Like,
Yep.
This is get in a biker.
Before we move to
Yeah,
Mike, I'm going to catch up. Before we move on to Mike, I'm going to catch up with chat here. Twisty Top Hatter says, I once burned my arm and melted my shirt a little to my hand doing knife hits when I was a teenager. Does that count? If it was in the kitchen, I guess.
In the kitchen.
Twisty.
Yeah.
Gamer News Party says, I made my own hot sauce and then touched my eye using very hot ingredients.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
God.
All right, Mike, biggest kitchen fail.
Working in a kitchen.
Fair.
Okay, I get you.
That's fair.
All right.
I did it for years.
Fair enough.
I can tell you that's fair.
My biggest kitchen fail is I was making some beef stew, right? So I got together like a roast and like vegetables and water and had everything ready to go, put it all into the crock pot and then turned it on. It was supposed to be about like 2 hours. Everything should be fine. And then like 6 hours later, I'm all like, this is totally not fucking done yet, right? And it's like, why the hell? And the crock pot kept turning off over and over and over again, and I'd have to like turn it back on constantly. And then but like 10 hours after I started making it, it was done, and it was absolutely delicious. It was really, really good. Turns out I had mistaken the rice cooker for the crock pot.
Okay, that's fucking new, dude. Holy shit, that's amazing.
That's good.
I was so fucking frustrated with our garbage crock pot. Like,
That's so fucking amazing.
Those things
That
do
might
not
win.
20 minutes.
Gamer News Party asked if there's any spicy food in the house. Grizzly gives 100 bits. Says brilliant. Thank you very much for those 100 bits. Do, do, do. All right. Gamer News Party says a very slow cooker, right? All right. What 2 items? Wait, did I skip one? Yeah, no, I didn't. What 2 items could you buy to make the cashier the most uncomfortable? Starting with Jason.
Oh shit! Wait. What? Oh fuck.
Apparently this one went off the screen, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, no worries. It came back. Probably. I'd say probably Tide Pods and condoms.
Tide Pods and condoms, gotcha. All right, Mike, what 2 items would you bring up to the cashier in order to make them the most uncomfortable?
I was going to say duct tape and condoms.
Duct tape and condoms.
Yeah, that's really terrifying.
All right,
Pudding
Shayna.
pops and Jello.
Diapers and a box of poison.
Diapers.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So, the largest economy bottle of sleeping pills available without going over the counter, and a like a dart gun from Walmart.
Sleeping pills
Nice.
and alcohol.
Gamer News Party says acetone and duct tape. Anuday says condoms and cucumbers. Twisted Top Hatter says a single gummy bear in a bulk plastic bag and a pair of binoculars.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. A single gummy bear. And a whole- that would win.
I guess tissues and binoculars or like Vaseline and binoculars would work too.
Yeah.
Enet says Tide Pods and pill shells. Chata says plastic tarp and a boning knife. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, so time for some positive thoughts today. We're going to go to Today in Cool. So these are all stories that have happy endings. If they sound sad, they're all very happy at the end. The first one... What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, did that kid ever have a happy ending?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you ever have what?
This guy was
He was
featured.
on our show on Tuesday.
Exactly.
I was
No.
going to say, I mean,
So
how many times has he been in rehab?
Yeah, our last guest, Sweaty Obesity, looks very much like this guy, and it's pretty funny. So the League of Extraordinary Truckers. If you had to guess, let's go with Mike. What would you think is going on with this row of semi trucks here?
And high speed chase,
Well-
like spike strip style.
Well, I get you. Like they're stopping people from moving.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
The next Vin Diesel movie. Like, clearly.
Shayna, do you have an idea?
A wait station
Mm.
that just got overloaded for some weird reason.
I want to draw
overweight.
I want to draw your guys' attention to the man hanging off the side of the railing in the upper right-hand corner.
Anna called it.
Yeah. Net says Truckers for Trump. While you were sleeping, a unique act of heroism took place overnight. A line of 13 trucks with assistance from Michigan State Police created a wall on the I-696 freeway near Coolidge exit to prevent a man from jumping off the overpass. Chris Harrison, who claims to have been part of the trucker wall, said that the act took place between 1 and 3 a.m. on Tuesday, starting with one truck. In replying to other Facebook users, he said that the cops waved six or seven of the truckers through the eastbound side of the freeway, then did the same thing on the westbound side. The photo does not show the work troopers and the local officers, but the photo is also showing a man struggling with the decision to take his own life. And he was safely talked down from the edge after the truckers lined up. So,
yes.
Yep.
I mean, obviously he wasn't determined enough. You can make that jump.
I was gonna say, unless like cars were hitting you as you jump, I don't know if that might kill you unless you hit your head. Like,
but that would be the thing that they tried to do, right?
That's an interesting place to try to jump from. Wow. Usually it's like into water, right, or higher up than that.
Yeah, that looks survivable anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not gonna.
Well, if you jump down and got hit by a fucking semi-truck.
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, unless you're gonna get hit by traffic, that's not very high.
Right, but I mean, at this point, the fact that it's now harder for him to jump. There are people caring about him. Gamer News Party, thank you very much for the applause. There are people who care enough to take time out of their day to show him a little bit of compassion. It could have been made part of the change. So,
yeah.
Yep. All right.
But he might become a truck driver now.
Exactly. Bear rescue. The last two known bears forced to dance for spectators in Nepal have been rescued. On Tuesday, conservation nonprofit Jane Goodall Institute of Nepal, with help from international nonprofit World Animal Protection and local police, has confiscated the last two sloth bears, named Rangelia and Sridiev, from their handlers in the town of Ihabari. The bears have been confiscated from handlers in Nepal that they'd suffered a long time of cruelty, and the protection groups say they know that Rangelia and Sverdev were suffering in captivity since they were poached from the wild and their muzzles were pierced with hot iron rods. So some terrible things had happened to these bears, but they have been rescued and will no longer be dancing for people's entertainment and are going to be rehabilitated in a preservation zone.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm a little sad they didn't feed the captors to them.
Right?
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna make high pitched sounds. I will refrain.
I've had a lot of people. Yeah, I have a lot of people who have asked me, asked why we do so many dog stories in Today and Cool, and it's just because that's what comes up. But today we've got a cat story. So not many cats have a career as a dog trainer, but one in Missouri feline is doing just that. So this fluffy black and white cat, his name is Dog.
Nice. I approve.
He plays an important role at Support Dogs Incorporated in St. Louis. The group trains dogs for a variety of purposes, including assisting people with mobility-related issues and people with hearing loss. Dogs aiding people with disabilities need to be more comfortable around other types of animals and remain calm in the face of distraction. So Dog is apparently the perfect candidate for testing their patience and can be seen in the video below. Or I don't have the video, but stealing this dog's sleeping bed, you know. He rules the roost and he is the boss, says CEO Ann Klein. Now a certified internet star, Dog has come a long way from his former life as a barn kitten. They met the friendly kitten over the summer at a bed and breakfast and was instantly smitten with the kitten. The owners,
Nice.
exactly. The owners of the business ended up giving her the kitten, and she brought him back for the nonprofit center, where staff cautiously introduced them to the resident dogs. We saw that he was completely fearless despite his size and had no issue being around the dogs. So now the dog is part of these dogs' training.
That is fucking cute as shit.
So
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a cat that would steal my dog's bed.
Oh yeah.
And then actually, I lost it a long time ago, but at some certain point, they just figured it out because the CC wanted on the bed so bad that they'd start cuddling with each other, like spooning. It was so fucking cute.
All right. Our last positive story today is the Roof Skewed Rangers.
I like this picture.
Yep. The
There's
national
firemen and there's dogs.
exactly. The National Disaster Search Dog Foundation, the SDF, is a nonprofit organization that trains dogs rescued from shelters to become rescuers themselves.
This is so good.
SDF
That's
was
amazing.
Yeah, founded in 1996 by retired New Jersey school teacher Wilma Melville after she and her search dog were deployed to the Oklahoma City bombing site in 1995. They were convinced that America needed more search dogs to meet emergency demands, and they came up with the win-win idea for SDF. Not only would they create more canine disaster search teams, but shelter dogs would be rescued from uncertain fates. To create these search teams, SDF recruits dogs rescued from shelters and breed rescue groups across the country. The dogs are given professional training from the SDF's National Training Center located in Santa Paula, California, for 8 to 10 months. After they graduate, they're partnered with firefighters and other first responders at no cost to the departments.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Most of the dogs... Yeah, this is super awesome. Most of the dogs recruited are unlikely to be adopted because of their animated personalities, and what others see as bad behaviors, we see as potential talent.
So it's something I wanted to say because I was watching the show from last time. You were talking about Amazon lets the employees bring their dogs to work, and then there's dogs that actually work for Amazon.
Yep.
I think that's rad. It's kind of like I can understand how that might upset some people. Maybe it's taking jobs away for people.
Right.
But
Not really.
like, efficiency is concerned, and Jason will appreciate that. If it's a job a dog can do, and well, you don't have to pay them. Plus, dogs love being useful. They love working, especially alongside a human. And you know how much gratifying that is for the dog?
Yeah.
I like that you're just like,
amazing.
I know who'd like exploiting dog labor. Jason.
Well, no, I meant efficiency. I meant not like throwing
I know,
humans
it's not
at
good.
jobs that, you know, that a dog could do.
Why have a drone deliver your package when a dog could do it?
Exactly.
That'd be so good.
Actually, I would be way into that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I'm
not gonna
saying.
lie.
Like
That
if they
would
could,
be
if they could make it so that the dog had a chance to knock on my door to deliver whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right?
I
That
would
would be
literally
fantastic.
order dog treats just to get them delivered so I could get it. Like,
Who's a good delivery boy?
yeah.
All right, guys, it's time.
Yes.
The new bingo
I was
command.
just-
Oh
Nice.
gosh,
I was just
didn't
commenting.
fix
This
that
is
again.
going to be an inside joke for the rest of our lives. Anytime we hear some crazy story about somebody doing something, it's Florida man.
Exactly.
Obviously from Florida.
So, Mike, if you haven't seen Florida Man section before, there's a link there in the chat now that says Bingo Baker /play. If you click on that, it'll bring up your Florida Man bingo card.
Hold on, I'm not even in chat, so
Ah, not even watching the show. I see. No, I'm just joking.
I'm participating in this.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't know I was supposed to be in the fucking thing
It's okay. You'll learn.
You should have told
Little
me.
Genius.
All right. So we're gonna go through. There's a bunch of.
Skeptalk.
It's not gonna show for you, so you need that, right? How's that? Do you see it? See a link there? He's having troubles. You go ahead and close the stream. I'll just send it to you. Sounds like the stream is killing your bandwidth there.
Okay, you just appeared on my screen for a second.
Yeah. Hold on. It's because the it's killing his bandwidth pretty bad. But click that in the call. That'll do it for you. He dead.
I don't know if you can hear us now.
He dead.
Instantly.
No.
Close
Wait,
the stream, Mike. You can do it. Just close the stream. Close the stream. Close the stream.
Oh, that's funny. I just saw Mike's name.
Just let it happen.
Oh, he's dying
It's
again.
freaking Captain America.
Oh, he's gone. Not close the not close the call. All right, give me just a second, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, no worries.
Whoops.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Okay. All right.
There he is.
All right.
My internet is dumb.
Did you close the stream? Not
I did,
Discord.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. All
I
right.
told it I closed everything.
All right.
P. Oh no.
All right. We're good.
Gator.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if there's a gator involved, you can get something off of that. Like everything should be good.
Oh no.
It looks like
All
my
right, here we
stream
go.
is way behind. Looks like it's taken forever. Maybe I've, screwed it. Whatever. Blaze Black Sheep, 5 months in a row. Thank you very much.
Oh shit.
I love that riff. Riff is so good. All right. So our first story up today, this is Orlando. The man was arrested Thursday morning after he kicked swans in the head while practicing
Jesus.
karate at Lake Eola in Orlando.
And
What
then
the
died.
fuck?
What up, X-Flight?
Was he using a swan kick?
X-Flight says, "Oh God, this is so
That's
retro. I
funny.
feel like I'm watching my grandpa."
Nice.
Exactly.
It's Space Ghost, X-Flight.
Exactly. This is like the Space Ghost show. The report said that witnesses told police that Mantella was kicking swans as hard as possible. Another witness said that Mantella kicked a small duck that appeared to be sleeping. The report said that Mantella laughed after seeing the reaction of a woman who witnessed him kicking the swans.
Oh, he's doing it on purpose, Jesus.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was practicing
I thought it
karate.
was an accident and then they killed him or something.
No. He's
Death by swan.
he was,
Practicing karate and thought it'd be amusing to actually kick swans.
yep.
Fucking douchebag.
It's like dude, he's the bad guy on Karate Kid.
Sweep the wing.
God damn it. All right. Officials said that they were monitoring the condition of the swans. Mantella now remains jailed at $1,000 bail. So, that's
The police have no idea how he got that bloody lip.
exactly. If you have like strange victim or animal cruelty, this guy will fill that in.
I'm marking the America box because I feel like this is something that would only happen here.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sheriff's deputies have
I'll
arrested
take
a sub.
America.
Right. X-Flight says he's lucky he wasn't in Eugene. Yeah, exactly. He'd get hung and strong, dude. Like, sheriff deputies have arrested a Subway employee after a car was slathered with sauce and jalapenos outside of a restaurant at Tower Square Shopping Center in Gainesville, Florida on Sunday. It was like there was a whole sub on my car, said the Nissan Altima's owner.
Oh my god.
That is definitely a Florida man quote.
Yeah, exactly. He parked near the restaurant but didn't go in that night. The customer, a man in his late 20s, asked not to be named, and Julian Tribuani Rosenogel. Like, I'm not even joking. Tribuani Rosenogel is her name. 50 of Archer was arrested Monday on criminal mischief, a misdemeanor, according to our Alusha County Sheriff's Office reports. Let's see. Sunday, deputies suspected that she damaged the customer's car by pouring Subway sauce and sliced jalapenos all over it. The car also had 2 punctured tires and a bent license plate. The customer said Tuesday that it was more than one sauce. It was a lot of goo, mustard, mayo, Thousand Island, and hot sauce, plus a gallon or so of peppers loaded on it. What really bothered him was the damage to the tires.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
The rest of it, it's like,
shit. Well,
It's like, is this a really good reason for you to get fired and go to jail, lady?
Exactly.
Unusual weapon.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I got. And jail.
I got jail on the last one.
And Walmart, because I'm pretty sure this is at a Walmart, right?
No, this is.
Or is
One
it
of
an
the
insurance?
Walmart
Is it, no, it's not an
It was.
insurance.
It was
I
at
know.
Subway. It was Subway. Like straight up
Subway
Subway.
Subway.
or Walmarts. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
There's a Subway in front of most Walmarts. So I'm like,
She said, finally, the woman said that she wasn't responsible for slashing the car's tires, that she didn't have it in her to do that. Another employee was behind that vandalism, and he was fired but not arrested, she said. The only thing I
What the
did was
fuck
put
is
mustard
happening?
on it. That's it. Yeah, I don't know.
what did this guy do?
I know.
yeah, well, yeah. What was it? Why? What
What
provoked
did you do?
this?
He parked.
Yeah.
He parked
What was the
behind
motive?
the restaurant to go to the gym.
What a bunch of assholes.
And-
I bet they had a delivery truck come in.
Right. And Tribuani, Rosenogel, and another employee were sitting there off duty and appeared to have been drinking.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah.
Dicks.
that's making more sense. Even
drinking.
though it's still alcohol. Oh, I only need one
Drinking.
more, and I got a bingo.
Damn it! I don't have alcohol. Damn it!
I don't know.
All right. In an attack at Lauderhill Shopping Plaza, a man stabbed his one-time wife's body, neck, and head with a plastic cutter, or with a plastic box cutter, for putting a voodoo curse on him and having evil spirits.
Yep, that's fair. Magic, dude.
Satanism
is fucked
slash
up.
occult.
Exactly.
Yep. And body horror.
The former couple
Body horror.
were married on March 8th of 2018, and their union was annulled a few days later. At a Lauderhill police arrest report said Hernandez faced the charges of attempted first-degree murder. He was arrested right after the attack on Tuesday in a Babies R Us parking lot.
What the fuck?
Will this one count as domestic violence?
Yeah,
Yep. During a court hearing on Wednesday, Hernandez cried while talking to Assistant Public Defender William Lanphier. He was when he was denied bond.
Boy.
So anyway, voodoo
it's
murders.
fucking violent.
Jada says the perfect song is "You Put a
So
Spell on Me"
arguably, it was her fault
because she was a voodoo witch, obviously.
because he was voodooed.
Obviously, you voodooed him. Yeah, they got
So she kind of, if it's voodoo, she kind of controlled him, right?
exactly.
Right?
So
I
you
need
could
you to stab me repeatedly.
you could
Yeah.
possibly get self-mutilation if you have that on your card. So, Palm Harbor, Florida, a Florida woman needing help backing out of her parking space, wound up with a damaged vehicle and in the hospital. That's because the Good Samaritan helping her was allegedly super drunk and then hit her while driving the car into a nearby tiki bar.
Oh my god.
So this guy helps this old lady back into a parking spot, right? And then gets into his own vehicle, runs into a light post, and then backs into her car,
Wow.
terribly injuring her and messing up her vehicle.
That's
That's great.
this guy's a fucking idiot.
Yep. All because he was very, 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 very intoxicated.
Of course. Damn it. I don't have any of the fucking bingo things for it.
Dragon Daughter, thank you very much for that applause. All right, our final story, whether or not you guys can get your bingos.
DUI, baby.
A Florida man, exactly, a Florida man asked a store clerk, "What would happen if I stole some beer?" Police say Christopher Maxwell soon found out.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Was it a Walmart?
No.
No.
Damn it.
Police told newspapers that the 33-year-old Maxwell entered a convenience store at 2:30 a.m. Friday, but was told he couldn't buy beer because alcohol sales are banned in the city between 1 and 7 a.m. In response,
Okay, so this was patriotism. That's what this sounds
This
like.
is also America.
This is for freedom. That's what this is
Exactly.
about.
so he grabbed 2 18-packs of Bud Light and left. The clerk.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he sold?
That's what he goes for.
God damn it. Unusual loot,
Florida.
that's for sure.
Definitely unusual loot.
Exactly. He was found nearby with an 18-pack in hand. Officers say that he struggled when they tried to arrest him. He remained jailed on Sunday on charges of petty theft and battery on a police officer. Records don't show if he has an attorney.
That's awesome.
All right. So if you got a bingo, congratulations. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But
No, it doesn't
I
matter.
got so close to just needed church.
exactly. Well, for playing
I got them
along,
all in the first story, too.
I needed a prostitute and step family. Feel like that's a story right there.
everybody pay attention to your screen. You're about to get 30 Illumies.
Yeah.
I just gave everybody 30 Illumies, so that's how it works. Good to go. Well, it may take a minute.
so many
It's got to go
Illumies.
through, buddy. But yeah, points distributed.
I'm gonna have so many applauses.
Exactly. So this is our section called Stupid Shit for Sale, where I find a bunch of stuff, and you don't need any of these objects, but you may want them.
I
So-
generally want it.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to drink milk but not actually drink milk?
No.
Mike,
No.
Mike, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever wanted to drink milk but not actually drink milk?
I mean, when there's no milk in the house.
Well, now you can with the virtual milk drinking app.
What?
Wow.
Why?
It's free. You can install this on your phone.
Why?
Yeah, what?
Because nobody would pay for it.
Does everybody remember, like, the first iPhone that came out? One of the first apps was the hot potato one, where you had to, like, toss your phone to other people.
Yeah. 'Cause they were a genius and like, how can we troll a bunch of fucking idiots? And just...
What the fucking why? Who
I don't know
would
why. I have no clue why you would want this. But it also doesn't have any 1 or 2 star results.
Dude,
Well,
want?
I
It's
mean,
like
it
drinking
works.
real milk.
Cool.
Sure.
Weird but
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
we
I
should
put
come
4
out with a
stars because of accuracy. Milk cannot have that many bubbles.
That's funny. Wow. Can we make a frisbee app?
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Do you guys ever hear about the altimeter app where they had it where
No.
it figure out how high you could throw your phone in the air?
Wow.
The greatest
No.
troll in the history of apps. The guy was charging $1, and it was just like
No,
you turn
I
it
feel
on
like-
and you throw it as high as you could, and it would give you a score, and like let you share it with your friends, and like I got a score of fucking 30, and then you'd share it, and everybody
Here,
else
on
would.
my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Christ.
Wow.
There was another one I saw that turned your phone into a digital scale, and all you have to do is stand on your phone, which was fucking hilarious.
That's really fucking funny.
So
Yeah. Send your phone to
Oh.
heaven. That was definitely the one I'm talking about.
troll.
Yeah. All right. Have you ever been told that your driving is shit?
Yeah.
don't drive. So,
Exactly.
no.
Well, now you can. With the pile driver remote control poop car with spinning and farting action.
That's amazing.
Okay, that's awesome. I think I need that.
It's only $11.50, and it gives the number 2. It's the number 2 toy in the world. It says,
Number 2.
Yep.
That's fucking great.
Drive this remote.
Befuddle your friends.
Exactly. Goes forward, spins 360 degrees, and comes with a sound system to emit fart noises. What more could you ask for?
Reverse.
I guess so.
It's a new RC toy for you, Blazed.
If you use my link to buy it, I get a cut of it.
I need a slice of that poop.
I'd like to thank Witless Wonder for making me realize I could do that. Witless was definitely the one that was like, these are all affiliate links, right? So we've shown a lot of drinking accessories over the last 50 episodes, but I've been saving one. This one is something truly special. This is the black drinking helmet with mic and siren featuring 7 different sounds.
What?
So
does it get more American than that?
I don't think it does, right?
If it's at a baseball game, no.
Exactly. So this has, I mean, it's got a siren on the top where you, after you store your beer, gives you the ability to scream the things that the beer makes you think.
That's so amazing.
And
oh my god.
allows you to.
Does it come in a flag theme?
I don't see one. I only see red and yellow available. So
Man, they're missing their market.
yeah, exactly. If only this had America written across the front.
Seriously.
MAGA.
Yeah, exactly. Gamer News Party says American capitalism is the best, and he is correct.
And the worst.
Wait,
That is
I gotta
true,
think.
sir.
So-
And the worst. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to identify animals based on nothing but a picture of their rear end?
No.
Man,
No.
if I only had an app for
You
that.
can now.
Yeah, now you can. With the
Whose
book,
butt?
Whose Butt?
Wildlife
Wow.
books.
All right,
Butts are funny.
There is no evolutionary need for us to recognize any species butt, let alone other species butts.
Oh
all
my
right,
god.
Mike, go ahead and read it.
Award-winning Wildlife. Okay, I'll read the whole. Butts are funny. Especially the award-winning wildlife photographer Stan Tequila takes advantage of this giggle-worthy topic, using it as an educational bridge to introduce children to facts about animals. Readers are shown an animal's behind and asked to guess whose butt. Then it's time to turn the page and discover the answer. Regardless of your age, you're sure to laugh while you learn. So get to the bottom of animal butts with this wonderful picture book.
Exactly.
Why would we ever need to learn this? What the fucking
Whose butt?
Whose butt?
Exactly.
It's a new game show.
Twisted Top Hatter, thank you very much for that applause.
Anyways?
Exactly. Whose butt is it? Wow. All right, so when the apocalypse comes, you don't want to be caught off guard, which is why I present you with the single most bullshit thing I've ever seen.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
The Belfid Tactical Pen for Personal Protection and Self-Defense. Everyday carry pen with built-in glass breaker, LED flashlight, outdoor survival gear for concealed carry. Best tactical pen holder set.
It
intrigues me? What exactly?
I want it.
I do too. I don't know.
It's
Bullshit.
so dumb.
It has a bottle opener, a cutting knife. It has metal
That's
cutting
fucking
functionality.
awesome.
It has a screwdriver, a wrench, and a lantern. It has the ability to break glass. It comes in this stylish space age metally looking. This is hard to use at a fucking meeting style.
Yeah. Stylish.
Exactly.
But how much
Have
ink
you-
can that possibly hold?
Right. Do you want to look like Blade at your next office meet?
Exactly.
You were expecting vampires.
Do you want TSA to take you into the back room and tune you up a bit?
Seriously.
We found this in
Do you
your
want to show
briefcase.
them whose bottom with your new multi-tool?
Wow. It's only $18 or $16. Will it actually write? I don't see a pen. Yeah, exactly. Does it actually even write?
Yeah, I actually don't think it does, huh?
Okay.
No, there's one of those pictures had like a little tiny space for the pen.
Yeah, right now it says it's got a glass breaker tip, a writing head, a multi-tool, and a tactical flashlight.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
I like that it's on Amazon's like Amazon Choice.
Amazon Choice, like
They're like, hey, get this one.
we're Amazon. We recommend this.
This is the
And it
choice
has
for
5 stars.
Yeah, this is the choice for everyday carry pen.
Everyday carry.
Yep.
I think you need a permit to carry that concealed.
Post this one?
Oh, did I post a
I
link
want
for
to
that
look
one?
at it.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
Okay, hold on. Have you ever wanted your humidifier to look like a fucking light bulb?
No.
Well, now you can.
What the fuck?
I don't
Some
get this
idiot
product.
is gonna screw that into a fucking socket.
And blow himself to
Right?
pieces.
Yeah. In Florida, probably.
Gamer News Party says fucking mall ninjas. But I'm pretty sure in regards to the pen.
Right?
But anyway, so this is the EcoSyn lamp humidifier home aroma LED humidifier air diffuser purifier atomizer glass bottle.
Jesus.
That's a lot of words slammed together.
Yeah, exactly. You can drop aroma oil into the water to make the air fresher, remove unfavorable odors and smells, increase the humidity of the air, moisturizing your skin. It's very portable and easy to use. I believe it's actually USB charged or whatever, from what I was seeing. Yeah, you USB charge it. But why does it look like a fucking light bulb? That's my question. Like, this could literally have just been anything else. Like, and it would have been better, right? It would have been a small glass humidifier that was like an orb or a fucking whatever. But why is it a light bulb?
It still could have lit up, but light bulb. What? No.
Because they were high as shit. And we're like, how do we make a light bulb also a diffuser?
They were definitely atomizing something.
You know what would be awesome? If we could smoke weed out of a light bulb.
A light bulb. Is this made in Oregon?
Doesn't say. All right. So that is the end of that section. So I have a special fucking treat for being our 50th episode. We're going to go back to a classic, and we're going to have Sage Wanderer perform one of his...
He's never responded to you, did he?
No, he never responded to me at all.
That sucks.
Come on now, we feature you on our show. We're fans, dude.
So this is his newest song. It's called AI Robot Swarms.
Yes!
Fuck yeah, dude.
The Sage Wanderer.
Terminator is a true story.
I should be able to turn this up a little bit.
To 1983, written by a time traveler from the future, warning of our future destiny. AI will threaten our survival. Some of the greatest minds believe, and because you saw it in a movie, it makes reality much harder to believe.
So the point of this song...
That was good. That was good, man. That's deep.
So the point of this song is that Terminator was a real thing that occurs in the future, and that it was brought back in time to 1983 to warn us, but it was accidentally made into a movie instead of warning us.
Damn you, James Cameron.
Wow.
So for those of you who have never experienced Sage Wanderer, in our early days on Skeptalk Live, before he started getting a little crazy, like he's starting to get into the false flag stuff, so I'm not really featuring him as much. We would bring him on, and he was actually probably part of the funniest thing we've ever had on this show before, which was our first Bigfoot episode. But if you want to check him out, if you just search for Sage Wanderer on YouTube, you will find hundreds of these videos where he sings these songs. They're fucking amazing. But to wrap up today's show, we are going to start. I'm going to show off a little bit of the history of Skeptalk Live, because we are at 50 episodes now. And so we're going to show off some of the things we've talked about. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, this is right.
So our first conspiracy that we ever covered. Do you remember it, Jason?
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was good.
Area 51.
It's perfect.
Oh wait, that was the first, wasn't? Wait a second.
We did a couple episodes before that, but our first conspiracy, Okay. So we had the Halloween episode, right? We had the Halloween episode where we just talked about spooky stuff, but it wasn't really like a well put together anything. The first one we ever talked about was Area 51.
For sure.
And that's where we learned that there are guys who drive around in white vans, and then there's a whole culture of assholes harassing those guys.
Yeah.
And then we covered Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And that's where, and that's where we learned from Sage Wanderer that Bigfoot might be a mentally challenged fellow in the woods that actually isn't Bigfoot, but is actually just there. I mean, like somebody, or at the very least, in the woods near that guy's house, there is a mentally challenged fellow who is who is lost and has been there for a long time. So, and then after that, we covered the reptilian agenda.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's where we started talking about how people in charge of the government and positions of power and Hollywood very well might be alien reptiles that want to do something for some reason.
So, like, I've seen that TV show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Clinton administration.
Yeah, it's called V.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a miniseries back in the 80s.
I remember that.
Yeah, then it had a reboot in the 2000s. Yeah.
And then we covered the moon landing and how people think that that is not a real thing because reasons, and that the government faked it for reasons, and that that you know tens of thousands of NASA employees are all in on it. You know. That kind of thing.
I still love the meme that we had.
Which one was it?
God, it was like the meme wars at the end.
Yeah.
And it was like, vaccine, like moon landings cause autisms.
Right, exactly.
Oh, so good.
Afterwards, we had covered banana hammock. Does it still work, Shayna? Your MK Ultra command word.
Oh, right. Oh,
I forgot about that.
I was like, what are you talking about?
What this one was about.
Yeah, MK Ultra.
Not.
Yeah, exactly. MK Ultra, the government mind control conspiracy, in order to program sleeper cells of people to do something for some reason. That's
so good.
That is a really big part of these conspiracies for us, is that they're doing something for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We covered the planet Nibiru, which is a dark planet that also all of NASA is covering up for some reason. that is coming to smash itself into Earth and destroy it. 4 reasons.
Sweet.
4 reasons.
Did we cover Polybus at all in MK Ultra? I don't think we did at that point. We just did a
No.
Yeah.
big overview of MK Ultra. Let's see. We also, holy shit, that's not a cloud.
That was one of my favorites.
It's where we learned
Twist to get my vinegar.
exactly. it's where we learned we can fight off chemtrails with vinegar sprayed randomly in your backyard.
And for your children.
We can't make this shit up, people.
Right.
Why?
We covered the Illuminati, and we have nothing negative to say
I
about
think I
them at
missed
all.
this one.
Yeah,
No, they're great people, actually.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't on this episode.
But it was probably one of the funniest episodes. I think this is Wes's first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is where we covered we just played a bunch of hilarious Illuminati memes.
Oh, I was on.
Yeah.
Wasn't I?
I think
freaking
so.
remember.
I think so. We just basically covered a bunch of the hilarious Illuminati memes where they would,
Oh,
you know, it'd be all like
I remember.
fried chicken in the kitchen and there's a triangle, Illuminati confirmed, right? So,
How many of them had Nicolas Cage?
I don't remember. I don't think there was much on that one. But most of it was like how to like confirming that KFC is Illuminati and just weird shit, right?
Yeah.
We covered C is for conspiracy because someone told me to get a Sesame Street conspiracy theory, so I found
That was a great episode.
yeah, I found
That
like
was.
40 of them.
Oh my
I don't-
god.
Right, everything
That's one of
from
the funniest episodes I've ever been on.
yeah, from everything from Bert is a Vietnam vet suffering from PTSD to Ernie is on a downward drug spiral.
Right.
Yeah, we covered a lot of shit there. That Big Bird is on drugs all the time. If you play the Sesame Street song backwards, there's secret messages.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right. Then we had the crazy artist on to cover ghost videos with us, where we
That was fun.
we dissected videos to find out whether or not we got a follow here. Salvi Los Son
really
Pro. What's that? Sorry, what did you say?
No, go.
Oh, okay. Let me get that name here again because I fucked it up.
Salon Pro.
Yeah,
Savvy Salon Pro.
Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follower at a
Savvy
time.
Salon Pro. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. After that, we covered true facts about the Hollow Earth. Since then, I've gone on to debate Hollow Earth on another channel.
This was great. I loved when was it the flat Earth and the Hollow Earth image? That image. I need you to repost that because that was one of my favorite things ever.
Oh yeah.
Like their logic and how it all works, how those two conspiracies tie together.
Yeah.
That's great. Gold.
After that, we covered.
Gamer News Party.
Oh god.
Skeptalk Live has 4 people in the stream. The Illuminati has 1 eye. 4 minus 1 equals 3. The triangle has 3 sides. Skeptalk Live is the Illuminati confirmed.
Yes.
Slash Half-Life 3
Amazing.
confirmed.
So we covered the killer clown conspiracy on how the rise of killer clowns in the United States and all over the world is alarming, to say the least. Weird guys standing around in the middle of the night holding knives at security cameras.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't somebody like go onto somebody's porch and do something weird?
Yeah, just stand
And
there
then, like,
staring
the
at the
camera?
camera, pick up a pumpkin,
Yeah.
and just tear it to shreds with his bare hands. Yeah.
Are they juggalos?
No.
No.
Like,
No.
like,
God, no.
yeah, they're like it clowns, dude. They're fucking
They're like
creepy.
Clown.
Yeah. They're not on the terrorist watch
Clown
list.
trolls.
They're on the FBI's most wanted list.
This is something I can ask, Mike. When you were young, do you remember a book about a family of bears. There was a mom, a dad, a son, and a
The
daughter.
Berenstein Bears?
It's
What
Berens-
is it?
Yeah, what'd you say again?
Berenstein Bears?
Yeah, that does come up though.
Yeah, but it's not Berenstein.
Nope.
It's Berenstain in this reality, Mike.
Yep.
Oh, no.
If you go look it up right now, you'll find out it's Berenstain, and it
It
always has
almost
been.
broke the internet.
Yeah. Like,
This is like people's evidence for the multiverse.
yeah. In the reality that I originally come from, it was Berenstein. And,
Me too.
but I promise you, if you go look at it, and then I'll show you a bunch of fun stuff after this stream, Mike, and we'll get your opinion on what we'll figure out what reality you're from. But this is the Mandela effect. This is something else we covered about possibly a split in the world that what's the most iconic weapon from Battle Royale? Like the old Japanese movie? Battle Royale? But anyway, Mandela Effect is a series of shattered universes that are being pulled together, and people are having different experiences on how their worlds came up. I want to say if it's the most iconic weapon from Battle Royale, it's been so long since I watched that. I want to say it's a knife or sword or something of like a machete, but I'm not exactly sure. We covered the fake country of Finland. Yep. We slowly over
I know somebody that went to Finland.
Finland.
She had a great time.
I hope she enjoyed being in Sweden.
Yeah.
Right.
But we have an episode where we tried to prove that Finland isn't real.
Hello?
What's
I'll get
going on?
up
Oh
on
yeah. No, it's all good. I was just reading chat and I was like, oh whoa, there was no frying pan. We covered the storm, whether or not it was a White House insider or possibly a 4chan fake, right?
Right.
Also, it looks like the stream is a bit behind, so if we missed your guys' comments for a little bit, that's why. But that's how it goes. We also covered Stargates, possibly under the control of Saddam Hussein.
I missed this one. I'm bummed. I have no idea. What?
Yeah,
Oh, you know, I remember this one.
yeah. It's an episode where we were talking about the possibility that Stargates really exist, and that's why we invaded Iraq.
Oh, maybe that's.
It was fantastic.
Yeah,
Because he's a fucking Jafar.
yeah, exactly. Then, one of my favorite episodes, we covered the mysterious creature that is the drop bear.
Oh, good.
We got a stage video for this one, right?
What's that?
We had a stage video for this one, I do believe, right?
No, I don't think we did. No.
The drop bears?
I-
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we had one for the Loch Ness Monster.
You got my tree fairy.
Exactly. We also covered the non-existent country of Australia,
Yep.
which doesn't exist for the exact opposite reasons that Finland doesn't exist.
And that drop bears exist.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a terrible country to be in that it can't possibly exist is the reasoning behind it. And that they actually just land you in New Zealand and put you on drugs and then put you in a room full of terrible shit and you're all like, bam, Australia.
I like the succinct little explanations.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also covered
yeah.
our very own, very local conspiracy on the octopus Paraxabolus or
This one's
Paxarbolus.
fantastic.
Right. This is about the Pacific Northwest tree octopus. Have you ever heard of that, Mike?
No.
Well, it is endangered.
Exist.
I'd imagine it is.
Octopus.
Yeah, it's very hard to find. They have camouflage. That's probably why you haven't seen one.
No, this
Probably.
this is the story actually that a teacher some time ago created for their students to try to discover, like pointing out basically fake information from real information. So there's a website that talks about all this, but it was a professor or a teacher that did it on purpose to see if students could figure out that it was fake or not, which it is. But no, they're real.
Gamer News Party
It's
says that
fake,
they
but
wrote
it's
a
real.
paper on it in his biology class and got 100%, which is excellent. Then we
That's
covered
amazing.
time travelers and how President Trump might be a hero from the future coming back in time to save us from the
Right.
terribler future than he's creating.
And there's actually some pretty surprising evidence.
There was some weird shit in there. Anybody who wants to look into it, go back and take a look at our episode on time travelers, or do your own independent research and make sure to look up Baron Trump the book. And that will make you, that's the first thing that'll make you go, what?
right?
Dragon Daughter, you're saying?
She disappeared.
Oh no. Did it? Oh,
Uh-oh.
I have it.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, awesome. What? You got it?
Fantastic.
All right, we should do a book club where you read
Wait,
it
I
to
gotta
us.
look. Totally did.
We also covered Mothman Madness,
God, yeah.
where we
That movie was scary, man.
yeah, that documentary you mean? We also covered Black-Eyed Kids, which is another very terrifying set of stories where
Forgot about it.
yeah, weird little kids show up at your door and then knock on your door and then do something for some reason.
Children are already terrifying. So.
Right, exactly. We also covered a double conspiracy for our first time on the fucking lies of Titanic and Walt Disney's Frozen Head.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, I
Octonode, welcome
forgot
to the
about
stream.
That was great.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. After that, we went on to cover conspiracy theories about cartoons, everything from Cabbage Patch Kids to the Smurfs.
What?
Yeah, that's a very good episode. I recommend
doesn't-
anybody go back and take a look at that one.
Am I on this one? I can't even remember anymore.
I believe so.
I
Oh,
don't
maybe that's you mean Wes.
Yeah, I think Wes was on it.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound familiar.
Then we covered a conspiracy theory that I put together myself. I did verify that other people.
This one was really interesting.
Yeah, I
I liked it.
I found that other
Yeah,
people
ditto.
had actually put that together before.
But you did it independently, so
Right.
you didn't know that.
Exactly. This is a conspiracy theory that Rasputin was killed by MI6 and not by his own people. There's some pretty cool evidence on that
pieced
one.
that together.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Way to go, Bond.
Like this is one of the ones we did that could be like there could actually be truth to it.
Yeah, there
not,
very well
you know,
could be.
This is
Yeah.
totally ridiculous.
Like it could have been a hit from the Brits.
Then we also covered was Ben Franklin
think
a
I
serial
missed this
killer?
one.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know. How did he put his pants on? Socks first or not?
Exactly. Definitely. This was about the fact that the bodies of tens of people were found in Benjamin Franklin's UK townhome, dating back to the days that he would have been living there. So
Crazy.
yeah, that was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Dragon Daughter was on that one, and this is the episode that Little Dobby guested on.
Yep.
But since then, we haven't covered anything because I've been working on some special ones. So if there's anything you guys out there in the chat want to see us cover, join the Discord. Put suggestions in the text channels there. I'm logged in all the time there, so hit me up if there's anything you want to see covered. Yeah. How did you guys feel about episode 50? Shayna?
I had fun.
Yeah?
I missed the last like 2, so I watched the last one though. That was really hard. You were distracting me from my task, but it's okay.
Yeah, the applause and everything being added, it was super fun. Everything was super lit. Just like tonight. Tonight's been super fun. Jason, how was your episode 50?
It was great, man. It's been such a road with you guys over the past, like, what is it, 6 months now that we've been doing this?
5 months?
5
no,
months?
6 now, because it's about the 26th. Yeah, so.
Yeah, like, I'm
That's
really
such a
happy
time.
that
Wow.
we're doing this. I'm so glad the show came together as well as it did, and I'm really impressed with, like, how we've all matured.
Yeah.
That's a word.
You know.
Mike, how was your first
How
time?
the show's matured, maybe not us as individuals.
Yeah. Mike, how was your first time on an internet show?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's fun. Wish I could do it more.
Might have to
So
swing
on the
by
100th
and show
episode,
you.
we're just going to bring in all our guests.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking 100 episode is it may be too far for us to wait for the live show, right? So I'm thinking
yeah.
75 or something like that. What do you
I
guys
like
think?
it.
Live
100,
show?
we should do
Yeah.
something lit, though.
We're talking about maybe grabbing one of the amphitheater rooms at the college nearby and
Oh, God.
setting up a live show. Yeah.
Not a big,
That's
not a
amazing.
huge, you know,
Yeah. Like one of the little.
medium,
Yeah.
moderate size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be hard because not a lot of people live here that watch. But
Yeah. But we could get at
We
least
can.
10 or 15 in the live audience, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then I'm
we can
pretty
get
sure.
it lit as fuck. We'll just say free pizza all around.
I was just
campus.
gonna
Yeah.
say free pizza. Yeah.
Not gonna,
Yeah.
it won't be that hard. to
And
get.
we'll buy one pizza. First come, first serve.
I was told that there would be punch and pie.
Right. We'll definitely get those weirdos in there.
All right, chat. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. It is 9:12. We're a little bit past our time. So I think we're going to wrap it up. And we will be moving on to episode 51, on to the next 50 episodes. It's going to be
Hell yeah.
a fucking hell of a ride. All right, let's see. Let's get a raid going, because that's always fun to do.
Fuck yeah. Share the love.
Yep, got to see if there is anybody who doesn't suck on. We've done quite a few talk shows before. Let's see. I kind of like the idea of spreading talk show love because the talk shows need to get better.
I agree.
Yeah. There's the Midnight Madness podcast, and the night is spelled with a K. It looks like they're looking at pictures of anime girls.
Totally involves nights and darkness. I mean,
There's a guy called Throat Punch Radio streaming for her pleasure.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just playing PUBG in talk shows for some reason.
Lame.
There's the Moist podcast.
Oh, those guys again. We never did watch them, did we?
Were they just ending when we got on it last time?
Something like that. Or they were real
Gentlemen
depressing.
They're only got 2 viewers. We've seen them before.
Who's that?
Dastardly Gentlemen.
Ah.
They were those guys that they were talking about movies, or no? Yeah, they were like talking about movies and this and that, political stuff.
Oh, that was pretty recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's too
Well,
recent.
like a month or 2 ago, but
There's a No Man's Sky subcast. It's like the one guy still
Wow.
playing No Man's Sky.
Right.
this game is great, guys. I swear.
literally no man in the sky except for me.
They totally didn't ream me for my money. All right, let's look at look what Moist is doing here real quick.
Probably being moist.
It's possible. Find out.
Think
Every game.
oh man, including like
not as much as my skins, that's for sure.
no, including CS and
What?
including like your monthly.
Yeah, I don't know.
payment for,
I don't know.
SRS.
I don't know.
Oh, Yeah, actually,
Mhm.
this how do I describe this? I actually wasn't subscribed to RuneScape for like 3 months. I think this month was the first time I actually re-upped.
They're talking about RuneScape.
I'm trying to.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I want to put anybody through that. I've got an actually a pretty good B42 streamer that's playing right now. They're playing Payday 2. You guys interested?
Yeah, I wanted to know if that game was any good, so that sounds good to me.
Cool. All right, let's go check out Vicky Doll. She runs the B42 Facebook page. So we're gonna do that here real quick. Not as moist as my skin, right? Exactly. Raid Vicky Doll. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you over in Vicky Doll's channel. And once again, join our Discord. I'm always there, even if I'm not in the voice chat. I'm always logged on, and I spend a lot of time on my computer. So hit me up if you want to talk about anything Skeptalky. I'm always available. Shayna, Jason, Mike, thank you guys very much for joining. It's been super duper fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Don't die.
All right, I'm going to stop the